I hope you can see this and respond, as I am extremely uncertain. A woman contacted me about a video shoot, claiming it was on your behalf. It would be fantastic if you could let me know whether this is genuine or a hoax. With this disconcerting voice message, a young woman reached out to the renowned artist Loon, who resides near Heilbronn, a city in southern Germany. Loon recognized the situation and warned her not to engage with the request, as it did not originate from her. Thanks to her intervention, the young woman may have been spared from a potentially worse outcome. However, this captivating story is far from over. A surprising revelation awaits us, challenging all previous assumptions. Join us as we delve into this thrilling mystery to uncover the hidden truth. On August 16, 2022, the enigmatic disappearance of Shahraban K., a 23-year-old German woman of Iraqi origin, began. Her fate draws us into the dark world of a perplexing criminal case. Shahraban had recently separated from her husband and moved back in with her parents. On that day, she traveled to Ingolstadt in Germany to check her old apartment's mailbox. Time passed and Shahraban's parents heard nothing from her. She failed to respond to several calls and messages. Increasingly worried, the parents eventually reported their daughter missing. Driven by anxiety, the father set out for Ingolstadt to search for his daughter. Upon reaching the residential building, he discovered Shahraban's black Mercedes coupe parked outside. At first, the father felt relieved, thinking his daughter was home and had simply not heard the calls or messages. However, as he approached the car, he was struck with horror. A bloodied person lay in the back seat. Emergency services arrived, but tragically, they could only confirm the person's death. Shahraban's parents were devastated and shocked when they identified the deceased as their daughter. The investigators promptly began their work, conducting an autopsy to verify the identity using a DNA sample. But then, in less than 24 hours, the case took a dramatic turn. The body was not of Shahraban K., but of another individual. Shahraban's parents were both relieved and concerned. Where was their daughter, and why hadn't she contacted them? The story grew more complicated, leaving many questions unanswered. Who was this other person, and why was she found dead in Shahraban's car? Was the resemblance so striking that Shahraban's parents misidentified her? And most importantly, where was Shahraban? With these pressing questions in mind, we invite you on a captivating journey into the depths of this enigmatic criminal case to uncover the truth. The police continued their investigation to identify the deceased person and locate the missing Shahraban. Soon, it was revealed that the body belonged to a 23-year-old woman, originally from Algeria, who lived in Eppingen near Heilbronn. Her name was Khadija O. As an influencer, she had made a name for herself in the beauty scene, sharing her experiences and tips on beauty products with her numerous followers on Instagram and TikTok. For Khadija's family and friends, her violent end on August 16, 2022 was a profound shock. The Algerian parents were informed by the police about the tragic loss of their daughter and immediately flew to Germany to accompany Khadija on her final journey and bury her in her homeland. Her death remains a painful event that will linger in the memories of her loved ones for years to come. The police intensified their search for Shahraban and tried to investigate all possible connections between her and Khadija. However, one question puzzled them. Why was Khadija found dead 240 kilometers away from her hometown? And how did this happen? The police were under immense pressure as one person was found dead and another person was missing. There was a high likelihood that Shahraban, the missing individual, could also be dead, while the suspected predator remained at large. A day later, on August 17, 2022, Shahraban was captured by a surveillance camera in a pizzeria in Ingolstadt. She appeared visibly nervous as she walked through the store and asked the owner for his phone. The owner later reported that she made a phone call and then sat outside the store crying. The next day, he found a broken phone in front of his pizzeria. It is not clear whether it belonged to Shahraban, but it is highly possible. She made 2 phone call attempts, but it is still unclear who she intended to reach and whether her efforts were successful. At 9:55 p.m., 1 hour after her appearance at the pizzeria, 2 police officers took Shahraban into custody. As the interrogation was taking place, the investigation continued at full speed. There were many questions that needed to be answered, but unfortunately, Shahraban was very uncooperative. The police investigations revealed that Shahraban had apparently deliberately contacted several women on Instagram who looked very similar to her. She tried to persuade them to meet her with various promises, but it was not an easy task. Then, Shahraban discovered Khadija. She was very surprised and thrilled that she looked exactly like her, with some of the same facial features, build, and height. Shahraban sent Khadija a request on Instagram asking if she wanted to participate in a music video for the locally well-known rapper Loon. However, Khadija became suspicious and contacted the rapper, who responded that this was not true and that she should not go there. Khadija was grateful for the quick response and decided not to go to the alleged video shoot. Shahraban didn't give up and contacted Khadija again with a different Instagram profile, this time with a modeling offer for her cosmetic salon. The request seemed very authentic, and Khadija was happy about it and eventually agreed. However, amidst these tragic events, we are left to wonder, why did Shahraban lure Khadija with false messages and specifically search for women who looked like her? Was the reason for this act motivated by sexual motives, or did it have an entirely different motive? The puzzle surrounding the crime slowly comes together as the true motives of this terrible act and the real suspects are revealed. Shahraban, a 23-year-old woman, has become the main suspect. She comes from a wealthy family in Munich in Germany and belongs to the Yazidi religious community. She worked as a beautician and ran a hair salon with her husband. After repeated arguments and alleged violent confrontations, she moved in with her parents to end her marriage. There were also disagreements within her family, and Shahraban wanted to completely disappear from her previous life. But how could that work? Shahraban K. knew she needed someone who bore a striking resemblance to her. Finally, she found what she was looking for, and her plan took shape. The insidious game began, and no one knew how it would end. When she discovered Khadija on Instagram, she decided to kill her, to fake her own death, and start a new life. Shahraban was driven by criminal energy and wanted to plan a perfect crime, and she was looking for a partner. Shakir K., a 23-year-old Kosovar and close friend of Shahraban, was the perfect accomplice for her. The exact nature of their relationship remains a mystery, and there are many guesses and speculations about it. One thing is certain, they never officially presented themselves as a couple. Shakir was allegedly promised up to 80,000 euros for his participation with Shahraban's crime. However, there is no additional information about his exact role and motivation in this crime. Investigations are ongoing, and it is possible that new details about his involvement will emerge, revealing the full extent of the background. On August 16, 2022, the day of the crime, Shahraban and her accomplice Shakir allegedly drove to Khadijah's home to pick her up. Instead of heading to the agreed-upon destination, according to the prosecution, they headed towards Ingolstadt and lured the young woman into a wooded area. There, Khadijah was stabbed more than 50 times, with many of the blows also aimed at her face to conceal her identity. Then, the two suspects calmly continued their journey to Ingolstadt to leave the body in a quiet residential area on the outskirts of the Danube. That's where Shahraban's father ultimately discovered Khadijah's lifeless body in the Mercedes coupe. The heinous crime leaves many unanswered questions and a shocked community faced with the incomprehensible. Equipped with more background information and uncooperative suspects in custody, the investigators re-examined the area surrounding the alleged crime scene to gather further evidence. They urgently requested the public's help in providing valuable leads about the black Mercedes coupe with a specific license plate in which Khadijah was discovered. On September 6, 2022, following the informative tips of the public, the investigation took a crucial turn, potentially unraveling the mystery. Divers scoured the Danube for the possible murder weapon. While various knives were uncovered in the vicinity, none could be confirmed as the weapon used in the crime. The actual murder weapon remains elusive. The investigators theorized that the suspects had acted out of base motives and employed a highly treacherous approach, as suggested by the analysis of evidence and witness accounts. Given the suspects' lack of cooperation, numerous rumors and theories have emerged surrounding the case. Khadijah's death has deeply affected many people and left numerous burning questions. How was it possible that Shahraban, a well-integrated and professionally successful woman who had never appeared in a negative light, could have killed Khadijah? This has led to various speculations and theories. One of the most widespread and likely theories is the doppelganger theory, which suggests that Khadijah became the target of a sophisticated plan. Shahraban is said to have decided to free herself from her family due to internal family disputes and wanted to fake her own death to disappear. Another theory is the so-called honor-killing theory. Shahraban belonged to the Yazidi community, and rumors suggest that after the separation, she may have started a relationship with someone of a different religion. Some people have expressed suspicion that her family, driven by Yazidi tradition, could have confronted her with an honor killing if she entered a relationship outside of her family faith. The jealousy theory is also widespread. According to this theory, Shahraban and Khadijah had fallen in love with the same man, a rapper from Ingolstadt. In the past, there have allegedly been heated arguments between the two women as a result. A confidant revealed to a reporter that all parties knew each other well and that Shahraban intended to pursue Khadijah's boyfriend. Therefore, it's possible that Shahraban even asked Shakir to eliminate Khadijah O from her path. This highly interesting revelation adds an additional dramatic element to the already convoluted story. It's not confirmed whether the police are investigating these theories or if they were following a completely different lead. Many questions remain unanswered for the investigators, and the investigations are far from over. Both suspects are still silent about the details of the crime and the exact motive, and they face life imprisonment. The trial is not expected to begin before summer 2023 at the earliest. After the terrible crime, the artist Loon released a moving statement on Instagram in which she revealed she had warned Khadijah to be careful beforehand. The musician's words echoed through social media and deeply moved people as they hoped that the truth would finally come to light. My deepest condolences go out to the family. Please be careful about who you respond to on social media. As you can see, there are sick and vile people in the world. No matter how trustworthy the person may seem, when you meet them, they could turn out to be someone else entirely, posing as someone they are not. Such cases have happened so many times before, so to all the young ones among us, please be cautious. In conclusion, practicing conscious and responsible use of social media is crucial. While social media offers an excellent platform for communication and networking, it can also come with inherent risks. Stay vigilant of these risks, safeguard your privacy, and keep in mind that there are other essential aspects of life beyond likes and followers. What do you think? Write your opinions in the comments.
Ja, ich finde es beeindruckend, dass es tatsächlich Leute gibt, die andere Leute finden, die so aussehen wie sie, einfach nur, weil sie Hass auf sich selbst haben. Ich muss ehrlich sagen, ich bin so, wenn mich auf Social Media einer anschreibt, den ich nicht kenne, ignoriere ich das einfach. Ich bin da ziemlich entspannt, aber schon gruselig, wie weit die Welt mittlerweile gekommen ist und dass Leute sich Doppelgänger suchen.